Night Arena in downtown Columbus, Ohio, the Arena District, and they know how to throw a party. It is the opening night for the Columbus Fury, Season 2 of the PVF, the Professional Volleyball Federation. Welcome in, the San Diego Mojo are in town to take on the Fury. The Mojo with one game under their belts. They lost at Orlando on Thursday night. It's the Fury season opener. Neil Sika, the Hall of Famer from Ohio State, Audrey Flaw. Great to be with you. We're here to have some fun. And Audrey, we're looking forward to a spectacular Fury season, but more importantly, a spectacular season for year 2 of the PVF. What excites you the most?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's talk about last year for a second. The league came in so strong in their inaugural season. Pro Volleyball Federation did it right. Every market embraced their team. This was a great showing in attendance, and teams were built on high-level players, from national team members, pro volleyball players, the very best the NCAA had to offer. And I'm telling you what, the last year Final Four match was absolutely thrilling. The $1 million prize that went to the Omaha Supernovas, well, that was darn cool as well. So this year, yeah, it's expanded to 8 teams. We're excited to bring in the Indy Ignite. Fisher Event Center is awesome. They've got a scary good team, so that's exciting. The PVF just keeps raising the bar, Neil. The All-Star match, I'm really looking forward to that, February 22nd. So there's so much going on in the league this year. Super excited for this to get rolling for the Fury.
Let's start this 5-month carnival. Indy Ignite, by the way, their inaugural match goes on concurrently with this one. They're taking on the Orlando Valkyries. But for the Fury, Audrey, a lot of new faces, 12 new players, 4 new rookies. Angel Perez said, look, it was rough at times last season. We wanted a little bit of a different style, using the right side more, find our groove with players who want to be here.
Yep.
Local players. They've got 5 Ohioans on this roster.
Yeah, you know what? And one of the Ohioans is Megan Lush, Megan Courtney Lush, as we called her last year. But she is a fierce competitor, leader, one of the best all-round players in the league. And like you said, they acquired high-level local talent. It's exciting to have these players back. Raina Terry, Kaylee Ramelsberg, Abby Walker. And they're all back in their home state, so that is super exciting here for the Columbus Fury fans.
And they're going to try to take down a thorn in their side from year 1. The San Diego Mojo won all 4 meetings between the two teams. The Mojo got hot at the tail end of last year, and Taiba Hanif Park, the PVF reigning coach of the year, led the team to the 4th spot in the semifinal, where they were bounced by the eventual champion Omaha Supernovas, who beat Grand Rapids in the final. Year 2 about to get underway in Columbus. Great to have you aboard. PVF on YouTube, and Wilma Rivera, who comes in from Orlando, one of 3 players from the Valkyries last year with the opening serve. And now sets the pole, but she's got American citizenship. Rapach delivers the opening points.
Well, one of the things Angel Perez said is he needs a terminal right side, and there you see Isabella Rapach doing what she does best, tooling that block. We'll be calling her name a lot tonight. The Fury fans will love how dynamic she is on that right pin.
The tail end of last season, they found a little bit of success on that right side with Kendall Kipp. She's over playing back in Europe and dealing with injuries, so a lot of new faces to get to learn about. A serve error from Rivera, who can go on heaters. In fact, in this building, had a season best 6 playing for Orlando last year against Columbus. Layla Blackwell was a 4th round pick in this January's draft. Lush is too strong, and the point to San Diego.
You know, one of the things we're going to watch for San Diego, they had a lot of missed serves in their opener Thursday night, so that's going to be a crucial thing, because head coach Taiba Hanif says that she really likes the blocking and defense of her team, but if you don't serve the ball in, you're not going to be able to play defense.
Another attack error, though, for the Fury, but Angel Perez has been the master of challenges for much of last season, wants to get this looked at. As Rapach looked to be a little bit strong. You mentioned the serve errors for San Diego. They had 10 in the loss in 3 sets to Orlando.
Gotta love the replay system here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. The touches, you're able to get a really good view of it, and the calls are made very quickly.
It's a tip and a Fury point. And you get the international system, you get 2 challenges per set. If you win the challenge, you get to keep it. On and on we go. Just underway. Opening night in Columbus, season 2 of the PVF. Delivered through the middle with Walker there and Rapach coming through.
Now take a look at this great block here, just staying level and reaching over. That's Abby Walker, one of those Ohio natives that we talked about in the open there.
Angel Perez thought he got some sleepers out of the draft. And Abby Walker played collegiately at Cincinnati. And she's jousting right in the middle again against Veronica Stone, the second-team performer from last season. Raina Terry meets the block of Stone, who can do it all over the floor.
Yeah, Raina Terry's got a heavy arm, and she is going to learn really early on in this league that you cannot go low seam. There you see Stone just sealing that net, eating up that attack by Raina Terry.
The 26-year-olds, first on the team in her hit percentage last year. Rapach cross quarter, 4-3 Columbus.
It's one of the things that more experienced players have, is this vision to see areas that are open on that court. That power tip going sharp in that right front area of the court scores for the Fury.
Isabella Rapach coming over from Germany, also played in China. Walker serves. Cabron, the rookie from SMU, had a great collegiate career. On the back row for San Diego. Getting active with Rapach early. Good rally here. Da-Young Lee. I'm really happy to have the South Korean in the mix coming in at the end of December, so she's still gelling, and that's what they can get when she's humming along to Stone.
I mean, that is such a great set by Lee. Just so fast to number 7, Veronica Stone, and Veronica Stone will run entire length behind the setter. She'll run that quick behind and all the way to the pin, so she's really hard to stop.
Of course, she's known as the slide queen, queen of the slide, whatever you prefer. And her brilliant career through the middle, pummeled Ramelsburg.
There's a hometown favorite there, Kaylee Ramelsburg from Westerville, Ohio. Fans are going to love her as well. Take a look at this attack. Just hits the ball with so much power. Like that distance that she keeps from the net to let that arm swing through.
She was playing in Finland last season. That's long from Rapach on the serve. And Ramelsburg hit the floor for warm-ups, Audrey. She said, I'm home.
Yeah.
And I think that's the feeling that Angel Perez, the community sense he wants to encompass with this group this year.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to take a while for these fans to get to know some of these new players, but when they do, they are going to love the work ethic that Angel Perez's players are showing.
Off the tip shot from Rapach. Tabron. Rivera finds the middle again, and Ramelsburg with kill number 2.
Let's talk a little bit about number 5, the setter for the Columbus Fury, Wilma Rivera, setting great tempo right now, getting her middles involved early on, and they're able to score with some nice attacks on that quick.
Penn State and then Louisville in her collegiate career. Best server. World Cup qualifiers for Puerto Rico last year. Sarah May. Rivera. Sarah May in the libero role. What a block. Ramelsburg and Lush.
Lush doing a great job of sealing the net, but the set was a little bit low, and here's why. Lee has not been running the for 10 days, so that set needs to be a little bit higher, and when it does get a little bit higher, I'm sure Blackwell will unleash on those balls.
Long on the serve. You bring up a great point, being a setter yourself. How long do you feel you have to go with your group to be comfortable?
Well, even when you're comfortable, you still have to get those reps in, so how long it takes, it's really dependent on the communication and how much time they have to practice. But, you know, Taia Hanif said that it doesn't really matter how we start, it's how we end. And I think she sees the potential, the long-term potential of this team. So although she does want the rhythm to get there as soon as possible, I think she's willing to be patient here and let things evolve.
It's evolving well in the middle with Ramelsberg again delivering some offense, but the serve comes up shy. Neck and neck here in the opening set. You referenced starting slow. They're a work in progress, San Diego. That was the case last year. They were 1-5 to begin, finished 5-1. In fact, these two teams met to close out the regular season at Viejas. That little off speed from Walker, but it's strong from Blackwell on the San Diego side of things.
Yeah, I like that tip that goes right into the block and you just power it through. Once you feel the ball hitting the arms, wipe it off. Lund does a great job.
Maya Tabron, 23rd pick in the draft from SMU, that had that unceremonial bounce in the NCAA tournament. The serve error shines on her first attempt.
We do want to mention for the Mojo, Kamaile Hiepo is going to be the libero. Venegas is injured, so she will not be playing tonight. That's a huge loss for the Mojo.
Alama also out. And their international players are still fitting into the folds. One of the rosters put together over the last 2 or 3 weeks in a mad dash to get ready for the season opener. Lush. Sarah May delivered it high for Rapach.
Gotta love the coverage to extend the rallies, and that is just such great team chemistry right now that you're seeing on the Fury side of the net. This is a hard-working team. They know that not every ball is going to be a kill, so coverage is so important.
Go up by 2, 10-8. Kayla Lund ready for the serve, good receive, and then the passing even better.
Daeyoung Lee just is showing what she can do as a setter. She's racing to the left front area of the court and delivers just a beautiful slide to the right pin. That's what she brings to this team, that speed in the offense that she's able to set.
Layla Blackwell. Raina Terry at the ready. Rapach going against Pittman. Point Columbus.
Let's take a look at this again. Just a sloppy first contact there by Pittman does not allow her team to play the second contact.
Megan Lush, went by Megan Courtney for so many years. And this time Pittman, a little restitution.
Pittman in her college days and even when she played pro was always a middle. This time she's running that slide. She's a right side attacker for the team right now due to some injuries and some people that aren't really eligible to play because their visas have not come in yet. So Pittman doing a nice job of playing that role on the right side.
3-time All-American at Minnesota. Terminated. Rapach. Isabella with authority.
Well, what about the bump set by Raina Terry, just racing off the court and just launches it up in perfect position. Love the way Rapach gets her feet to the ball to terminate.
12-10 Columbus. Stone. They were ready for her slide. And they go up 3.
Let's take a look at this again, the slide there. And that's what the advantage that Raina Terry brings to the front court. She's a very physical left side attacker, so she can typically seal that net on the slide or right side attack.
Lee. Kayla Lund, who was initially signed by Columbus. And way before the start of the season, she was injured, so never played for the Fury. Terry, take that. Right down the row on Pittman.
Look at that line shot by Terry. Nice high contact and just swinging with authority. Love the way how she gets outside and finds that seam between the blockers, right hand, and the antenna.
Terry was the 2nd round pick of Columbus. They didn't have a 1st round selection. Gave it up in the trade for Tori Stringer. Lund. Columbus doing everything so well to start their season. First of 15 here on the opening set. And they lead San Diego 15-10. And we will be back to Nationwide Arena, just underway. PVF getting going. Glad to have you aboard on YouTube. (15-10) in this opening set. They feel they've added to their depth. A lot of young talent. What have you liked about how they started?
Well, I like the way that they're playing as a team. As I mentioned before, the coverage, that's really big. And then they're taking advantage of their middles being one-on-one. I like the defense that I'm seeing from Rivera. So for the first time out, this Columbus Fury team is looking pretty darn good.
Kendra Dalkey is on for the first time, and she was their kills leader a season ago, and they get her right involved.
Yeah, like you said, she was one of the top scorers in the league, and you know, she was injured at the end of this season, but she is 100% healthy right now and making her presence known on that left side.
A couple of double-doubles and a 23-kill performance. She serves now. 28-year-old from California who played collegiately at Arizona. Terry ready on the receive. Ramelsburg's got 3 kills already. That squirts through. Finding the crevice, Tabron.
Yeah, Tabron just goes up with a lot of confidence for a rookie. Unbelievable. She is not phased at all by a block. She goes after it. I love it.
Second team all ACC performer. Still got to get used to these conference realignments. Terry, 3-time first team all Big Ten at Illinois. Ramelsburg did her best. Tabron cleans it up.
Rivera makes a great dig, and obviously she is the setter, so a non-setter is playing the second ball, and that's where you got to be really crisp. You got to be able to make the ball hittable for that third contact. Ramelsburg just kind of struggling to put up a hittable ball.
3-0 run for the Mojo since the timeout. And Rapach repelled Stone right there.
And you know what? That is a picture-perfect block. Set brought the Fury hitter inside, and the block for the Mojo adjusted beautifully. That was a huge block. Big point for them.
Got a good run going right now with 4 straight. This 2-game road trip across the country to begin. We're all even at 15.
You can see how important serve receive is. That ball takes the setter off the net. She struggles, doesn't get her hands on it, makes a bump set, and the bump set is just too tight, so really no way for Raina Terry to attack that ball. So these unforced errors are starting to pile up right now for the Fury.
That was a struggle for much of last season, the serve receive game for Columbus. 15 all. We'll step out. A timeout here from Columbus. It's the PVF on YouTube. Great crowd on opening night here at Nationwide. Season opener for the Fury. The league really didn't get going till the back half of January in their inaugural season, and the 5-0 run quelled by the serve error. Reference that San Diego had 10 of those on Thursday in their loss to Orlando. So Columbus back up by a point. Isabella Rapach, who's got the European pedigree but knows the States well. Played her college ball at Temple. Raina Terry from the back. Tabron and Sarah May. Slashes to save. The slide for Stone, that little cutter. Rivera at the ready. More conventional method here from Tabron. Terry trying to dig it but couldn't.
What a beautiful rally, both sides of the net. A great get there by Paulus Rame in the middle of that rally. But the big swing and just having patience on the swing, Mojo ends up with that point.
16-16, back and forth we go in set one. Ronica Stone. The superlatives, you don't run out when you talk about her game. Here's Terry, and the rookie meets that block wall in the middle from Blackwell.
And Raina Terry has a shorter block in front of her in Daeong Lee. And so what she's doing is she's pulling the ball down, thinking that she's got the line shot. But, you know, you've just got to keep swinging high despite the size of the block in front of you.
And if you watch Thursday's game, Adora Anai took right advantage of that for Orlando with a huge game. Tabron coming to life in the middle portion of this set.
And this is what head coach Taiba Hanif Park said that she loves about her team, the block and the defense. And you're seeing how that's generating a lot of points for her team. Last few plays, the block has really shut the Fury down.
Stone serving. Ramelsberg. Enough bite on it where Stone wasn't going to save it.
And that's where hitting high off the blocker's hands, the edge of the block, always helps out. So nice shot there by Ramelsberg, number 18 for the Fury.
Lorena Terry, Kayla Ramelsberg, their club volleyball at Mintonette locally here, so Central Ohio through and through. Terry's from Marengo, about 40 minutes up the road. And this is awarded to San Diego.
Yeah, you're going to notice there are no line judges. So there's tons of cameras here. The Bolt 6 system here. That ball lands in, and quickly we get the call. That's one of the things that I love about the replay system here.
Love Bolt 6 in its debut last year in the first season of the PVF. Brianna Spain, the referee, handles all the duties from up top. What an effort, Sarah May and Rapaz. Da-Young Lee. And the block was good, but not in.
Yeah, tremendous effort by the Fury. The ball actually went off a player's head, and then Paula Sarame passed it over, so that was thrilling for the crowd. They loved that.
But San Diego has found itself in a 3-point advantage and now make it 4. Ever since that timeout, the Fury were up 15-10 and an 11-2 run here from the Mojo. And the block has been key to their success. Da-Young Lee, Lush. Columbus needs one. Don't get it. Sarah May said she was down for it. Lush wants Angel Perez to take a look.
We will get a quick view of this. The entire Fury team thought that that ball was up.
At this point, why not take a chance? As it stands, 22-17 San Diego. was a nice look at the floor for the meantime.
Yeah. But Neil, you talked about, you know, the comeback from Mojo after that first break with the Fury up 15-10, and you're right, it was all the block and the defensive play from the Mojo. They just have been doing a really good job of sealing the net, kind of guessing where the ball is going because the setter's taken off the net. And when you don't have that middle attack, you can go and release to the outside, and that seems to be what Mojo's doing.
Well, Sarah May, with conviction, said, I got it. And you can see, wedged under.
Yeah, they're going to replay that point. So the score remains 17-21.
Da Young Lee drops in the ace, and they get it right back.
A number of serves are now. She's one of the primary passers here. You can see the three-person reception for the Columbus Fury. And we will see if Kaylee Cox, yes, substitution here for the Fury. Number 8, Kaylee Cox, All-American from Western Kentucky, will be taking on Raina Terry's spot.
The Hilltopper on. There's the 18th pick, a third-round selection, and they go right at her. She's ready for it. Rapach. Dahlke. Ramelsberg. And the dive and save by Tabron went into one of the block 6 sensors. Teammates check her out.
She went for that ball so hard. Love that grit that she showed, never letting a ball drop without 100% effort.
4th kill in the set for Ramelsberg. Columbus gets offense back through the middle. And now she serves. Native of Westerville, 20 minutes away. Tabron pummeled it. Rapach off speed. Hiapo to the rescue. Lush. Oh, there's the block. And it's been big time here for the Mojo late on.
Hiapo with a great dig, just busting on that ball. Fast feet, getting the ball up to her players there, and then a ball underset a little bit by Rivera, and there was no place for Megan Lush to go but in the block.
Maya Tabron started collegiately at Colorado before she went to SMU. Wanted Walker. Passed over by San Diego. Rapach. Da Young Lee. Oh, set that so well. Blackwell's put San Diego a point away from the opener.
First ball contact for the Fury, just kind of breaking down right now, so Mojo in complete control of this first set.
And Angel Perez, the second-year head coach, wants the time to talk about it and see what they can do. Stem the tide, despite San Diego being a point away. We'll keep it here, the PVF on YouTube. Neil Sika, Audrey Flaw. I'm so excited. What a great crowd for this night. But for Columbus, working parts, putting it in order. Just like San Diego, it might take some time. San Diego's already got a game under their belt. How much of an advantage is that? We know the short turnaround can be a benefit when you do play and have matches in succession.
Yeah, you know, Mojo has come in today and they look a little bit better than they looked on Thursday. Feel like the setting is still a work in progress, not in terms of her talent, but just the connection, especially behind. Lee is able to set the ball so fast that sometimes it takes the hitters a little bit of time to get used to the speed. But right now, the Mojo's looking really, really strong. Fury was looking great, and then first ball contact started breaking down. Sets are being underset a little bit, and as a result, Mojo gets the advantage on the block. But I do think, as you said, Neil, things will work themselves out, especially in the setting department with that connection on both sides of the net between setter and hitter.
Lots of time to find the polish. Wanting to make a great first impression on night 1 of the season. Rapach, way too strong. And San Diego shining on the back half of the opening set. They close on a 15-8 run to take set 1 25-18 and lead here in Columbus. It's the PVF on YouTube. Back for the start of set 2 in Columbus here at Nationwide. Of course, the Fury are here in the building where the Columbus Blue Jackets play, and a heartfelt tribute by the Columbus players tonight, coming out for warm-ups wearing t-shirts and the memorial logo for Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, who were tragically killed at the end of August. Of course, the hockey world has mourned, Columbus has mourned, and the Fury showing their support to the families and all of the Blue Jacket faithful out there. The Gaudreaus were so well loved and respected across the hockey community. And from the Philadelphia, New Jersey area from which they hail, so a beautiful tribute to come out for the start of the season. And the start of the second set, the opening point belongs to Columbus because that went into the net.
It's an important first point to get in the second set, and we do want to mention on the left side, Kaylee Cox has replaced Raina Terry, number 8 for the Fury.
The Potch battling. Kaylee Cox coming in toward the end of that first set. So, look, last year we saw Reagan Cooper. They were targeting her a lot in serve receive. That might be the case for Raina Terry for a while. How do you deal with that as a young player when you're going to be the one for slim pickings?
Yeah, you train your butt off is what you do, and I think that's what Reagan Cooper did under Angel Perez. He really saw the talent and the potential that she possessed, and I know Raina Terry has been in serve-receive lineups when she played at Illinois, and she will train hard. That's one of the things that Coach Angel Perez loves about her, says she's got a great work ethic and wants to be a real high-level pro.
Stone throwing up a stone wall with the block for the San Diego points. But a serve error. San Diego only had 2 of those in the first set, so cutting down from their troubles in their opener on Thursday on the road. Kaylee Cox, I feel, along with Abby Walker, Angel Perez has a sleeper in this rookie from Western Kentucky. She's from Flower Mound, Texas. Pittman. Lush is there to defend. Good back row play from Cox. But there's that San Diego block ready for the Lush swing. Young Lee playing some defense. Rivera and Sarah May. And off tempo was Cox from the back. It's going to drop in and go wide off the attempt and swing from Dahlke.
I love the patience again that the Fury side of the net is showing. They're taking big swings. Outside hitters are trusting that the coverage will be there. They extend the rally and just wait for the Mojo to make an error. Well done.
Walker, she sensed Stone coming. Rapach, there was the touch from Tabron. It's down, 4-2 Columbus.
Well, I love the way Rivera is calling for Abby Walker, her middle to come in strong. Walker comes in strong, holds the middle for the Mojo, just enough for Rapach to just unleash on that right pin.
Athletic family for Cox, who serves here. And some more contacts right up front for San Diego. Earns Columbus another point. So 5-2. Lee Cox coming on at the end of the first set. Dahlke, destructive.
And there you see that arm that earned so many points last year for the Mojo. Telling you what, she is a star on that left pin, and I'd love to let people know that she was the assistant coach at UC Davis. So I think it's awesome when you can see your coach coming out as a pro and just doing some damage for the home team there for the Mojo.
Played in France, Puerto Rico, and Greece. Third-team All-America at Arizona, her final season in 2018. Lee and Dahlke, she can change up the tempo if she wants, and delivers another.
Did you see that get by Tabron on that middle back area
Impressive.
of the court? Feet go first, then she extends to keep the ball alive. Love the defensive get by Tabron.
Reagan Pittman grew up in Kansas City. Potch fought off at the net. Columbus keeps it alive. Dahlke tools that block well. 5-5. San Diego was down 3. They're back even.
The skill of blocking can be so frustrating because you think you're up, you think you're turning your hands to the middle of the court, but very strong left side hitters will intentionally at the last second just wipe the side of the ball to use the block.
Pittman goes at the rookie Cox. Lush. Tabron does her best. That's one too many though from San Diego. And enough velocity from Megan Lush, who's, keep in mind, she was coming off childbirth playing that first season. It was incredible that she had all she could deliver, and now they expect her to be back to the player that everyone's been used to seeing for so many years. First off at Penn State in those great teams.
Yeah, you're right. You know, last year she was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll play. And then she got herself in great shape and had a great season. And this year, she is ambitious. She is determined to lead this team and to be the player that she knows that she can be. And she's doing a great job tonight. And the community just loves Megan Courtney Lush.
Make no mistake about it, this is her team. One of the few returning players for the inaugural season. That's a Archbishop Alter, Kettering, Ohio. Dalkey to play that over. And they were out of sorts, out of system, San Diego, and Columbus takes advantage.
Well, Ramelsburg doing a good job of getting some distance between her and the setter, so the setter can set that V, that 31. Opens up a little bit of space along the net, and she is just ripping the ball. I like the arm swing of Ramelsburg right now.
Rapach pumped up first game in Columbus and goes a little too long with the serve.
You gotta love when you have a player with that much international experience. Nothing's gonna phase her. If she gets blocked, if she misses a serve, right back at it. She is stone cold, and I like the way she's playing right now for the Fury.
It's her second serve error, but she's put down 8 kills to lead the team. Tabron. How about Sarame sacrificing to the middle? And then Rapach just couldn't elevate it. 8-7 San Diego.
Yeah, you talk about Sarame. This is her first time being the libero on a team. She was used as a defensive specialist last year, and boy, she seems to be embracing the role for the Fury tonight.
Yeah, great point. Had 5 assists, 63 sets with Orlando. Mentioned at the outset, one of 3 players to come over from the Valkyries. Columbus evens it back on the next play.
Yeah, smart shot by Megan Lush, putting a nice little tip right over top of the block. Pittman for the Mojos playing right back, and she's a great player, but not a defensive star for the Mojo. So Lush recognizes that and puts it right in front of her.
San Diego takes the point right back. Dayoung Lee ran into the stanchion. She's okay, and they finished it off through the middle. Now she serves. Rapach. Let's say that's off the San Diego touch.
Yeah, touch off the block there, and that ball went long, but just the slightest touch off the block, and point goes to the Fury.
All even at 9 in the second set. Columbus started very brightly. Ramelsburg a big part of that through the middle. They let a 15-10 lead slip away. Lost that opening set 25-18. Kylie Cox. Another touch from San Diego. She did it with conviction on that left side.
Yeah, Cox, as you mentioned before, Angel Perez says that she is going to surprise a lot of people. She has been overlooked. She was a great 6th rotation player for 4 years, and Perez is excited to see what she will do on this team this year.
Maybe the biggest compliment of all, said her ceiling is the highest maybe of anyone on the team. Mojo used the left side to their strength. Even it up at 10.
Triple block here by the Fury. Angel Perez said he's going to triple block to try to get touches on the opposing team's swing. That time there was no touch.
That was the 5th kill for Tabron. Now Dalkey was against that triple block. Rapach, there she goes, got it in.
That's the set that is so difficult to find rhythm when the setter is setting a back row attacker, because you want that back row attacker to take off right behind that 10-foot line and float into the air and be inside that 10-foot line. So that's the timing that's so difficult. It looked beautiful on that play by the Fury.
Rivera pummeled it. And the block from Cox. Rolling the Fury's way on the other side. They go up 2.
Cox, what a nice job of getting her feet in the right position and then stopping and then not reaching outside of her body, but reaching back into the court to seal the net on the block.
Rivera. Carolina, Puerto Rico. Fury debut. San Diego restores order. This time they don't let Cox find the seam. Pittman and Dalkey.
Oh, so strong, number 21 for the Mojo. Again, she was a middle that had to go pin to pin. This time as a right side, just stands, lines up with the outside attacker. She does a beautiful job.
12-11 Columbus. Dai-Young Lee. Layla Blackwell. Oh, Pittman with authority. 12-12.
Yeah, Pittman's starting to feel it. I like when she runs kind of that slide footwork approach, but she's showing that she can just run straight up, do a traditional approach and swing big and hard. That time down the line scores for her.
Dealt with some injuries last year. Only had 11 sets for regular season champion Atlanta, where she played last season, and another one for San Diego to take the lead.
Yeah, she looks like she is in great shape this year and really having a lot of fun out there.
Well, moving to San Diego, that's not a bad trade-off, right?
Right.
That's long. From Layla Blackwell, it was so funny to hear Taiba Hanif Park say, I Instagram stalked her. We didn't know. It was right before the draft. They looked her up. They said, are you interested? We'll call you shortly. We're going to make the pick.
Yeah, she is a great player. Played at Nebraska, and what a stud she is in the middle. Great pickup by the Mojo.
13 all. Dalkey off tempo. Lush. No chance for Iapol.
What Lush does exceptionally well is she builds speed and momentum with her approach, and then typically she is able to get a high point of contact and not draw that ball in. So if the ball is set to her at the right height, she's got a great swing on the ball.
Good night, Moon. Monica Stone, in the blink of an eye, said, I'm taking this down.
Yeah, the PVF recognized her as a preseason all-leaguer, so they see the talent that she possesses, and telling you what, she comes from some good stock. Ron Stone, an NFL veteran, three-time Pro Bowl selection. So what an athlete she is.
Two-time All-Pro. That's going to run in the family, too. She's engaged to Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love. Columbus, the first of 15 again in this second set, but it's a little closer at 15-14.
Yeah, you know, when the Mojo went on a run, the Fury, you know, you just can't let a team get on a scoring run like that, which means you have to have a better side-out percentage. Passing has to be to the setter. You want to be in system. So let's hope that they don't allow the Mojo to get back into this one here in the second set.
Good second one brewing. San Diego leads after taking the opening set. It's the PVF on YouTube.
Are y'all ready?
Here in the second set. Fury hitting 156. San Diego 194. Taking the opening set 25-18. What are the old tried and true Dalkey arm on the left?
That's exactly the side out rhythm that you want to have. Just push that ball outside. You can see how Dalkey goes right between the block of the Fury.
He's a junior Olympic MVP all the way back in 2014. helping spread that knowledge in the coaching game. Tabron continues to impress.
Yeah, I really like Tabron. I didn't get a chance to watch her play all that much as a collegiate player until the tournament, and boy, she was a star then. So, you know, did a great job for Southern Methodist University out of Dallas. So really impressed with her.
Mini spurt comes to an end though on the serve error. 16 all. Isabella Rapach. Of Polish descent, of course, but she grew up outside of Chicago in Glenview, Illinois. Tabron tools that block on the left side. Cox says, thank you very much, net. Spirals away for the Fury point.
Yeah, you gotta have a back row presence if you want to compete in this league. Kaylee Cox does a really good job of making herself available. Great tempo set to her. It's really gonna be important for this Fury offense to get her involved.
Lee, Stone and Pittman fighting it off at the pin. Lush, Lee shows some rise. Hiapo, Tabron. Good rally lathering up here. Tabron shoveled it. Right intentions, but too much.
Yeah, there's not much you can do with a set like that. The ball's going outside of the antenna. She did everything she could to save the ball, and really it was more of an error on the second contact that resulted in an impossible attempt on the third.
Here's the 29-year-old. Columbus up 2, 18-16. Tabron. Just that big swing, wiper blading it down the line.
Yeah, you give her a good set, and she is able to do so many things with the ball that time. Love that high contact and just chopping it off the edge of the block.
Veronica Stone, leader of the Mojo. Oh, Tabron. Changing gears a bit, finds the soft spot in the middle.
That's a difficult spot, especially when that tip is pushed down with so much force. You see that is a really hard one. Everybody sort of thinks it's someone else's ball and lands right in the middle of the court.
18 all here in Columbus, set 2. Lush chiseled it down, and Blackwell not in time.
Great location, great tempo to number 17. She knows what to do with that ball. Takes a nice rip. You can see that block for the Mojo was not fully formed. Lush takes advantage.
She'd been dealing with a sore ankle in the recent days leading up to the first game. But good to go tonight. And that's good for Columbus. With that, and the replay on Bolt 6 showing it's out.
Yeah, undoubtedly out there. Love the Bolt 6 system here. Just love that it's such a definitive call and it's made so quickly.
Great for the fans too,
yeah.
Right? Tabron went to the back. Cox meets the middle of Blackwell. Sarah May got that high for Rapach. Dalkey. Lush in the back row there. Hiapo. Great effort. Cox steered it. And not in the right place. That's the point from Pittman.
Boy, Pittman has been a star, not only in the front row, but the back row. She is patient and comes in hard, just rips the ball. You see her flexing a little bit there. I love that.
It's her 5th kill. Tight crescendo here to the end of set 2, 2019 Columbus. It's a great dig from Hiapo. Potch goes again. Dalkey's there. Pittman. Sarah May fights it off. Tabron. Another good rally. Lush lashed it down.
Oh, what a sequence of plays we saw there. Incredible defense on both sides of the net, but there you see what Megan Courtney Lush brings to the floor. Great foot speed, getting herself in position to take a back row attack. I just love the way she plays and the spirit and just her determination to get a point for her team.
Got 5 kills. She had 7 double-doubles last year in the inaugural season. Blackwell turning out the lights on that point.
Again, just a rookie, number 26 for the Mojo. Again, played at Nebraska, had a great stint for that Nebraska team when Andy Jackson was injured. So Blackwell has a great future for the Mojo.
She grew up in San Diego, so playing for the hometown club. Started her collegiate career there for the Toreros before moving off to Lincoln. 21-20 Columbus. Dalkey, Heapo, it's Rivera, and Cox. Rookie goes again off the left side. Dalkey. How about the play from Lush? And then Pittman is late, and Cox delivers. What persistence from Columbus.
Oh, Megan Courtney Lush making some spectacular digs in the middle back area of the court. There you can see her getting super excited, and Kaylee Cox finishing it off with a great swing, not into the block, again, chopping it off the edge of the block. But Megan Courtney Lush, you know, she was a libero for the USA team in 2019. So I mean, she's got the ability to run down balls, but she's just such a long player too, and just a great read on every play.
Not just a libero, a great libero.
Yes.
Who was the best libero at the Nations League in 2019. And Angel Perez said we'll probably see her in that role for portions of this season. Columbus delivers on the ace. It's in, 23-20. The Fury 2 points away from evening things up here in the second set. It's the PVF on YouTube. Diego took down 3, so hanging by a thread, but that thread extends just a bit. They get the point off the touch.
This is where first ball contact is super important. Mojo wants to get a tough serve in. Fury wants to get a good first ball contact, stay in system, and get a good swing.
Clutch moment here. Blackwell delivers. Walker with conviction. Columbus serving for the set.
Abby Walker coming in strong in the middle. Love that cut back to position one. Lots to celebrate here for the Columbus Fury.
Everyone to their feet here at Nationwide. Cox serves. Overpass, Dalkey, set 2 done. And Columbus evens things up. 25-21 in set 2. And we head to the third with Columbus rallying and showing some resiliency to get things even here on opening night in the PVF for the Fury. You're watching the PVF on YouTube. between sets 2 and 3, and some very important influences in the club game being recognized tonight here in the Fury home opener. That's the back of Max Miller, and with Fury players Raina Terry and Kaylee Ramelsberg, who played for Mintonette, which is a club that's near and dear to you. And of course, he's got his 2024 16 Open AAU national champs. And boy, this guy and what he's done for so many countless volleyball players across the state of Ohio, in this area in particular, is spectacular.
Yeah, to be awarded the AVCA Director of the Year is so spectacular. Max Miller at Mintonette works so hard, and as you said, Raina Terry and Kaylee Ramelsberg played for him. And then, of course, Rich Sasinski was presented an autographed framed picture of Megan Courtney Lush. She played for him at Club C. So it's a special night here. It's club night, and there you see the 2024 16 Open Mintonette National Championship team.
And Audrey, for all the hard work you do, the club teams that have shown up not only tonight but in the opener, the very first Fury match last year, that'll always be an indelible memory for the first match and for the PVF to see the youth come out and support this new league.
You know, it's been incredible. The Ohio Valley region, the OVR, has done so much to support the Columbus Fury. Today there was a huge tournament in Columbus at the convention center, and every single referee was wearing a Columbus Fury t-shirt. That's how much this community supports the Columbus Fury. It was just spectacular to see.
Outstanding stuff. In between sets 2 and 3 here at the intermission, Columbus and San Diego all even at a set apiece. More coming up, the PVF on YouTube. Welcome back here, downtown Columbus, Nationwide Arena. It's a good one. Columbus and San Diego all even at 1. San Diego took the opening set 25-15, but the Fury bounced back 25-21. What'd you like about the adjustments they made and what they did to take set 2?
Well, you know what? I think what you have to know about volleyball is there's a game within the game, and that's a serve-pass game. And I think what you saw in set 2 from the Fury was better first ball contact, a little bit more pressure on the serve, a little bit more crisper passing. And as a result, hitters were swinging a little bit better because the setter was able to set in tempo. In that first set, you know, we mentioned the Fury was ahead 15-10, and then Mojo went on a run just because the passing broke down for the Fury. So we'll see how that serve-pass game evolves here in the third set. You've got to put some pressure on the passing team, but you've got to match that with not a lot of errors. You got to serve the ball in, right? But you can't serve lollipops. So we'll see who wins that serve-pass battle here in the third.
Columbus hit 279 in that second set. San Diego 213. And the Mojo had 3 serve errors. And Columbus was able to stem the tide and finish the job. The job begins with Dalkey taking point 1 for San Diego in set 3.
Dalkey making it look easy, takes a really hard topspin serve by Rivera and just passes it perfectly, then moves her body outside, great footwork to get a strong approach and then a kill down the line. She did a lot in that one sequence, and it takes a lot of talent to do that.
So chat here with Angel Perez and Isabella Rapach. Megan Lush needs a little tune-up on the Fury bench. So Layla Blackwell to do the serving. Nine kills for Dalkey. Leads the way for San Diego. Oh, Stone, that set low from Lee. Cox works the block so well, and that's not easy to do against that side with Stone and Dalkey.
You know what, let's give credit where it's due. Paula Sarame was just all over the court. You're gonna see great defensive gets by her, and then just gets out of the way so that Cox can make a strong approach on that right pin.
She's provided a lift, hasn't she? Cox
Absolutely.
Off the bench in set 1. And on the other side, on the right, Pittman, who's been there time and time again here in game 2 for San Diego.
Yeah, look at that approach. So that's a middle approach, but she's a right side, so that's part of the offense that looks a little different for the Mojo. Not really used to the right sides running that slide approach. That's Pittman's 6th kill on the night.
There's a low ball from Rivera for Walker. Fury get out of it. And the horn sounds with Angel Perez saying it's time to challenge.
I think he's challenging a net violation here.
He was pointing to the net, so. There you go, Brianna Spain. She's in charge of all of what was the job of 2 people last year, but she's got a second behind her to help her out. Angel Perez won championships in Puerto Rico and was excited to get this season going and learned a lot. So did Taiba Hanif Park. Patience and parity. And the parity across the league, very poignant. We look across and we see the 8 teams, and sure, these teams were picked 7th and 8th in the preseason poll, but that means little to them or maybe the ultimate overall standings.
Yeah, you know, I'm excited to watch all the other teams play this year. There's some huge names in the PVF. I mean, they did it right. This league is attracting top talent. And as you said, there's so much good volleyball to choose from just here in American players. So just an exciting time to be a volleyball player, an exciting time right now for the PVF for sure.
No net touch.
Ooh.
So unsuccessful on the challenge. One remaining in this third set for Columbus. 2-1 San Diego. Dahlke, first to double-figure digs. She did that a ton last year.
One of the things I'm noticing about these professional volleyball players is with age comes a lot of great reads. So they're able to adjust, and they know what a hitter can do based on the height of the set, the distance from the net, and they adjust their defense accordingly. That's why you're seeing some great extended rallies.
Lush pummeled it off the left side, aging like a fine wine. I didn't want to use that cliche, but you invoked me.
Yeah,
4-2 San Diego.
Yeah, but Lush does everything so well. It's that experience, it's that tenacity that she has, and she's just a gifted athlete.
Got the spring in her step. She says she probably wants to play now, maybe 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
Got the energy to do so. They go right back to Dahlke, who has the answer for the Mojo.
Dahlke swinging a deep seam here right between 5 and 6, and you got to be able to play those balls, just get your arms out, really try to collapse in parallel lines as that ball is coming through the zone.
Strong beginning in set 3 for the San Diegans. But Lush says, look, I'm going to carry us right now, 5-3.
And Lush, I think that's her 8th kill of the night. She's taking big rips on the ball. You can see the advantage that she has. She elevates high and over top of Lee.
Had the final kill to end set 2. 2 of the first 3 points for Columbus here in set 3. Stone. Well, you're all focusing on Dahlke, and you forget about this second-team PVF performer.
Yeah, but look at 19. She's setting a slide from the 10-foot line, and the tempo with Stone is so fast. And that's what's impressive. It's hard to guess or react to that kind of speed, especially when the setter's off the net. You don't expect the quick attack in the middle.
What's the biggest thing when you're the setter, when you're going and setting up a slide like Stone often does?
Well, you really want to put it in the exact spot because the middle attacker is going. They are relying on the setter to put the ball on a dime because their approach starts as the ball is being set. So there's no room for error when you're setting that slide as quick as Lee is setting it.
Rapach went long, but Columbus is challenging for a block touch here by San Diego, currently in a 6-4 advantage here in set 3. Taiba Hanif Park, she's 6'7". She was just an incredible athlete at Long Beach State, an All-American 3 times over in the high jump. Could have been an Olympian in that department. Of course, the outstanding national team career. 2-time silver medalist. Challenge failed. No block touch. 7-3 San Diego. And that's shoveled wide by Columbus.
Yeah, ball was attacked outside of the antenna. Saw Pittman calling that right away.
So hot start for the Mojo to go up 8-3. And Angel Perez, Columbus, they want a timeout. Chat that over. And we will take a step away from Nationwide and come back. 8-3 San Diego here in the third set. PVF on YouTube. San Diego, opening night for Columbus, game 2 for the Mojo on this young second season of the PVF. Popped down on the poach by Rapach.
a broken play by the Fury, but Rapach just finds the area of the court where the Mojo is a little susceptible there. They did not read. She just set the ball over the net. But hey, sometimes it's ugly, but you get the point.
11 kills, 4 digs in her Columbus debut. Tabron. Sarah May over. Ramelsberg just to run through that central attack. Now it's Cox. Hiapo. With some venom, got that dig. Ramelsberg and Dalkey just mistimed it. 2 straight for Columbus, 8-5.
Nice, again, defensive get by Megan Lush in the backcourt, and then a very aggressive swing by Ramelsberg in the middle. Like the height, she has a high point of contact and swings away.
But the run quelled a bit after the 2 straight points. The serve error from Lush was getting her finger worked on again by the training staff during the timeout. So something to keep an eye on. 9-5 Mojo. Da-Young Lee, a twin sister too, who's also a pretty darn good volleyball player. Columbus works the block well. Cox, 9-5.
Yeah, Cox holding up on serve, receive, passing a good ball to her setter, and then getting outside for the kill. Again, these 6 rotation outsides, boy, they are so valuable. And this league has some of the finest. You're seeing Kaylee Cox doing a great job, especially on that one there. Tough serve coming her way and gets a kill.
It's her 5th kill. She's hitting .333, and pardon, it's 9-6. But now 10-6 San Diego. 2 straight serve errors in the last 2 serve runs. Nanel Perez, in his 2nd year, looks on diligently. A crash course in really coaching American volleyball. He was talking with us after all his success in the Puerto Rican League. Native of, played briefly at BYU. Columbus earns through the middle.
Yeah, you know, Angel Perez, if you know him, he is a great guy. He is a player's kind of a coach, distinguished former international player, one of the best male players in Puerto Rico. Very knowledgeable and is doing a really good job building this Columbus Fury team with a lot of Ohio natives. What a great serve there by the Fury.
Rivera, she's got that in the arsenal. And closes the gap to 2 for Columbus, 10-8. With a little net help. Janice Liao, the 2nd-year pro of Cape Verde descent, grew up outside of Boston, on the floor in the middle for Columbus for the first time this season. The Fury have their 3rd serve error of the 3rd set, 11-8 Mojo.
You talk about Janice Liao. She was an All-American, and she brings a lot of experience. 6'3", great lateral movement. We'll see if she helps out with the block here for the Fury.
Turnabout fair play from the Mojo. Serve error for the team wearing blue. The Fury in the black tonight. Yeah, a great blocker. She was in Puerto Rico playing last season. 11-9. Mojo, they get some mojo, just like that. Pittman on the right.
Yeah, Pittman gets the kill, but that is all made possible because of Lee. She is just so fast, gets her feet to the ball. She's clear in the left front area of the court and delivers just a beautiful slide attack set for her right side, Pittman.
She's shown a lot more in rhythm tonight than the opener. They brought on Sarah Sponsel late on in that game. Well, a serve error which kind of crept in at ill-advised times for San Diego on Thursday, and it shows its head here. 12-10. Mojo lead by 2. Liao serving for the first time. Deception. They thought they were going to run the slide.
Yeah.
Instead, they go back to the tried and true with Dalkey on the left.
Yeah, and you thought it was going to be a slide, and this is why. Lee's got a great point of contact. She takes the ball nice and high, and then at that point, it's almost like she stops for just a second, comes down with the ball, and then delivers it so quick. She's got great hands, and deception is exactly the right word to describe the way she sets.
Good luck defending that on a regular basis. Tabron steps in and delivers a big block for San Diego. They go up by 4, 14-10.
And take a look at this block again, just up and over, sealing the net. It's a tight set, so you got to push that ball away from the net, give your hitter some angles.
Dahlke shovels that serve over. Dropped in the donut hole, though, from Rapach for response.
And that's a great spot to tip the ball, because the right front blocker could drop off and play that ball. Take a look here. And the libero is just slapping the floor. She's upset that her feet did not allow her to get to the ball there. That was Piepo, number 16 for the Mojo, missing the mark on that defensive play.
More substitutions for Columbus. You get 8 per set. And the season debut of Tori Stringer, acquired in that big trade back last March, gets her first action of the year. And Columbus's Fury debut for Morgan Lewis, who plays up front on the right side to begin. 14-11 Mojo, Tabron. Sarah May stepped into some big digs already to begin her Fury run. Poor pass from Stringer.
Yeah, it's hard when you come off the bench and, you know, they're trying to run a modified 6-2, so Stringer is now setting in the back court. You've got Morgan Lewis, a little bit more size in the block in the front row. But you got to be able to do your job in that time. Second contact for the Fury, just not crisp enough to win the point.
Stone served that. And then San Diego with the point through the middle.
We talked to them about the importance of serve, pass, the game within the game, and right now Mojo's got complete control of those two areas here in the third set.
Columbus needs a side out, trailing by 5 at 16-11. Amelsberg went off cue. Sarah May. Oh, the block. Blackwell, big time on Lewis.
Yeah, the rookie Layla Blackwell doing what she has to do. Seal the net at a system play, so she knows exactly where the ball is going, and lots of celebration on her behalf there. That was a big time block by the rookie Layla Blackwell.
Largest ledge of the third set for the Mojo at 6 at 17-11. Cox on the receive. Dahlke, how about Ramelsberg? She responds, running rough shot. Columbus block.
Yeah, one-on-one there, does a good job of just staying home. Look at the size, the physicality of Kaylee Ramelsberg. Good job. Sealing the net, that's a big point to get the Fury back within 5.
She started collegiately at High Points and got to one there before moving on to Indiana. Indecisive, and that was a mistake from San Diego. The pass was poor off the receive, and Columbus made him pay.
Yeah, easy point there for Morgan Lewis. Takes care of that overpass and just delivers a nice kill. Good momentum shift right now for the Fury.
Of course, Morgan Lewis from Carlsbad, California, was on the Mojo last year. 51 sets and 124 kills. Dealing with a sore elbow at the start of this season. San Diego by 4. Tabron steered it and steered it wide. 2 straight for Columbus.
That's what I love about the game of volleyball. You can feel the momentum shifting the Fury's way. A couple unforced errors, bad pass by the Mojo, and the Fury's right back in. Till the service.
Right back out, lush, long. 18-14. Columbus 10 serve errors in this one. Lewis, that was smooth.
Yeah.
Cross quarter against her former team.
Yeah, it's a predictable set because Cox is on her knees, and after passing the ball, there was no middle attack, so there's blockers in front of her. But Morgan Lewis showing her All-American arm there, getting a big swing and a point.
One of the things Angel Perez wants to work with and get her going is the high ball work with that big arm. Precise from Pittman. Boy, was it.
Yeah, Pittman's been so good tonight. Just a steady force on the right side. And in any professional league, teams are going to be really good if they've got a solid right side attacker. And as you said, a right side attacker that can hit those high out of system sets.
Off the left for Cox. Blackwell, Leon says, let's go. Another big solo block in the middle.
So when you're a middle attacker, you really have to have your setter push the ball slightly past the middle blocker. If you have no place to swing but straight ahead, that's likely going to get blocked. Here you're going to see the double sub here. So for the Fury, Wilma Rivera back in as she will set in the back court. And then Isabella Rapach is going to be in the front court. Again, putting Morgan Lewis in was strategic to kind of get a little bit more size on the block. So Rivera, being a little smaller, is only going to be setting from the back court.
Yeah, they got a couple of kills from Lewis off the bench. And now Rivera returns, along with the aforementioned Rapach. Yapo, what a dig to keep that alive, and then the mistake by San Diego. 19-17, here comes Columbus.
I got a great view of Megan Lush's face as she was approaching, and you could see the determination and just the fight that she has. It's just so magnetic. I just love watching her play. What a stud from Kettering, Ohio.
Ohio through and through. That's an ace from Rivera. Drops in her second. Fury have closed it to 1 at 19-18. Timeout San Diego. And we'll take 1-2 here at Nationwide. Getting good late in the third. It's the PVF on YouTube. Plot thickening here in set 3 at Nationwide. 19-18 San Diego out of the timeout. Rivera serves. Pittman thought it was a block touch. It's not. It's just too strong. It's all even at 19. Rivera shortchanged her. She had 3 serve aces, not 2.
Yeah.
And are they going to challenge this?
Yeah, Taiba Hanif Park is going to challenge that there was a touch on the block. Pittman was sure that on that swing there was a touch. We shall see.
Well, amongst the great crowd tonight, some great Columbus sports figures who have made their way to watch the Fury opener, including one of the best of all time in the women's basketball realm, and that's Katie Smith, the two-time All-American at Ohio State, All-WNBA 25 anniversary team. She's here with a recent All-Big Ten performer in J.C. Sheldon, part of the great runs of the Kevin McGuff team. So nice to see the Ohio State women's basketball alums in support of the Fury. 20-18. So the challenge was successful. There was the block touch. Dalkey. Rapach just does her best to get it back over, and Dalkey goes at Sarah May. Contortioned herself into an awkward position. Came up clutch there. Pass a little off for Stone. She recovers. and finds the point in a vacant back row.
Well, sloppy play, that ball was all over the net. On broken plays, you want to push the ball away from the net so you can get some big swings. But nonetheless, you've got to play the ball that you have in front of you, right? And so nice job of these two teams to adjust and try to grind it out.
Blackwell, the Mojo up 3 now at 21-18. Rapach. Dayon Lee diving out and Pittman over. Rapach does her best again to put it away. Dalkey. There's Lush. Now Cox. Dropped it in. Tabron, too much. Just the finesse from Cox. Got everyone scrambling.
Well, and the fans in this arena are going crazy after that play because the defensive effort, they just have to appreciate what they're seeing here. Pro volleyball at its finest. The defense and just the tenacity to keep the ball off the court has been so impressive on both sides of the net.
Fantastic rally. Allows Columbus to get within 2 at 21-19. Sut well and high from Lee, and Dalkey pummeling it into the block, which it caromed away for a San Diego point. Reagan Pittman was signed back in July. And drops in the ace. And she is hot and fired up after that delivery.
Yeah, I just love the way she plays. She's just going for it on the serve. It's got a lot of movement and it's dropping right in front of the Fury passer. You know, she is a 3-time ABCA All-American, played at Minnesota from 2018 to 21. That's when the Golden Gophers went to the Final Four. That was in 2019, so she is a stud. Again, typically a middle attacker, doing a great job on the right side, and as you can see also from the end line. 9
kills tonight. Her first ace of the season comes at a poignant time in this third set. 23-19, San Diego. See Angel Perez right in the middle of that group of Fury players here in their season opener. Columbus finished 8-16 in their inaugural season. There was that point in late April. Andre were here. They won that 3-match homestand. They beat Atlanta, Grand Rapids, then went on the road, which was kind of the Achilles heel for much of the season, and lost their last 5, but looking for a fresh start here with a lot of new faces.
Yeah, and Angel Perez will be very honest and say, you know what, I'm learning how to manage the schedule. I'm learning how to manage all of this that is new. So I think he's got a better grasp of how to manage road matches, especially. I know he thought that was a really tough stint, as you said, when they lost those road matches.
Yeah, this year a lot of Thursday, Sunday splits in terms of games. Dalkey didn't need to split the block because she just steered it so well to put San Diego in contention for set point here at 24-19. Big night for Dalkey, 15 kills. Pittman on the push in, and the overpass is errant from Columbus. Went awry, and San Diego takes set 3. Columbus cut it to within 1, but Mojo close it down and go up 2-1 after 3 sets here in Central Ohio. Back with set number 4. Opening night for Columbus here at Nationwide. It's the PVF on YouTube. Welcome back here in Columbus. Set 4, San Diego, Columbus. Season opener for the Fury. PVF year 2, also excited about it here inside this building. Fans on their feet, but the Mojo have a 2-1 lead through 3. They had the last 4 points of the third set.
Yeah, we've seen momentum shifts both ways. So this is a must-win set 4 for the Fury. And you can never rule a team out. Even when you're on an upswing, you've got to keep the pedal down and just go for it. And in 2 ways, again, serving aggressively and first contact and serve receive, so important to keep your team in system. Really impressed here with both of these teams. Mojo getting the better one of the Fury there in that third set. Again, it was tight, 25-19 at the end of the third.
Last year, San Diego won all 4 meetings with Columbus. And in doing so, including closing out the regular season finale. 3 of the 4 went to 4 sets, and 1 went to 5 sets. Columbus going to Beda Dumancic, the Croatian, to make her debut. One of the 3 international players you could have on a roster here in the PVF. Good rally going. Looking for the opening point of set 4. Iapo, Tabron swipes it over. Rivera sets Lush. And there's some contact over from Columbus, so San Diego takes the point.
Yeah, back row attack. So when you're attacking from the back court, no part of your foot can touch that 10-foot line, 3-meter line, and Megan Courtney Lush had her foot on that line. So again, you want to try to push the envelope there, getting your player to jump and lean into the court, but nonetheless, you cannot touch that 10-foot line.
Rapach, she's got such a big swing. We've seen the energy there, and she's been long on a lot of occasions. Is that just the excitement of a first game, or can you adjust off that and pull the strings back?
Well, I think you can adjust a little bit. I think a part of it is that it's so reliant on the timing, and she's got to maintain a high point of contact even when she's hitting from the backcourt.
Well, blistering beginning here for the Mojo. Pittman on the right pin.
Pittman definitely finding her groove here in the Mojo's second match of the PVF season. She's really coming on strong.
She only had 13 kills all of last year with Atlanta. Fights off a ball from Cox. Mojo, they have it all right now. 4 straight to start set 4. That's Tabron. Already with a big impact in her rookie season. 2 games in. Rapach, that's wide. So trying to adjust for going deep, and it's off cue to the right. That attack error puts the Fury in a 5-point hole.
Yeah, you just wonder if Angel Perez is going to insert Morgan Lewis on that right pin.
Lush says, I've had enough of this.
Yes.
And Iapo, who's been excellent tonight, had no chance.
Yeah, like that deep swing right into the corner. Well done by Lush.
5-1 San Diego. Rivera's got 3 aces tonight. And the Fury need some fusion of their own here. Pittman. It's wide. The suspense was hanging in the balance until they checked to confirmed.
You know, Rivera's got a just cannon for a serve, but Dolke is able to pass really well. We'll see if she's able to handle this one. Yeah.
Won't need to. Error.
High risk, high reward with that
right.
type of serve.
Well, we've seen, we referenced it in the first set, she can get on those heaters. An electrifying run. Tabron. Oh, Crafty for the ace.
Wow, that is a tough serve to deliver. There she is in left back and just nails that ball right down the line with a little bit of movement that takes the passer to that right side of the court. A difficult serve.
13 double-doubles for the Mustangs last year. Looking like a star in the making. Can't make it 2 in a row. And the serve error that goes wide left. San Diego 7-3 in set 4. Trying to get their record to 1-1 on the young season. Fury back in action at home next weekend here at Nationwide on Saturday. There's Lush.
Did you see that set by Megan Lush? Number 17, she's in left front. Takes a ball that's dug to her, just pushes it all the way outside, and
Lewis with the big kill.
Lewis takes care of it.
Been efficient since she's got on the floor. 3rd kill for her. Make it 4. Went off speed, dropped it down.
It's what makes a good time to tip. It's when it's a perfect set and you can swing on it. There you see her drop her elbow and just put that ball just over top of the block. As a defensive player, as soon as you see the elbow drop, you want to release. But that was so well disguised by Lewis.
Columbus closes it to 2 at 7-5. Lush pummeled into the block of Pittman. And that caroms away, and Columbus has something going.
You're seeing from the Fury side, both Lush and Cox, the outside attackers, doing really good job when they're in the backcourt, in middle back, just tracking down a lot of balls, keeping the play alive.
Trying to keep the run going with Kaylee Cox. Who has to be ready. It's ripped right at her. Young Lee. Dumancic. Heroic from the Hrvatskin.
Oh, she's feeling it. Take a look at that. What a great extension from number 11 from the Fury. Lots of excitement.
And Columbus, which trailed 5-0 in this 4th set, have evened things up at 7 apiece. With a San Diego timeout, we'll step out from Nationwide. It's the PVF on YouTube. Welcome back inside Nationwide. Great crowd in the lower bowl. Some of the NHL's Blue Jackets who are playing very well. And the Fury have rallied here to tie things up at 7 in the 4th set. Under their ownership group in the house, the Burrow family. Jimmy Burrow, father of Joe. Got some Columbus media personalities too.
Yeah, I see Angela Ann in the house, and I see Kelsey Webb from WNCI. Listen to her every morning. So all 3 just big supporters of the Columbus Fury. So happy to have them in the house tonight.
Kelsey Webb's jacket, phenomenal. She presented the match ball. They're going to say it's a block touch from Columbus after Diapo swung it over. 8-7 Mojo. 22-year-old Layla Blackwell. 7 kills in her San Diego debut. She hit .417 on Thursday night in the loss to Orlando. Lewis. Boy, what a nice pickup. She'll be all season, I'm sure, but here in this game specifically, and this is what Angel Perez talked about, Audrey, the depth and where they can rely on the bench in these late game situations, and it's helped turn the tide a little bit here in the fourth set.
I agree, and I think, you know, sometimes the stamina at the beginning of the year just isn't there. When you're taking so many swings at the ball, you just need a little bit of a break, or you're not jumping as high as you were in the beginning. So, you know, Morgan Lewis coming in off the bench, fresh legs, ready to take some rips on the ball for the Fury on the right.
One too many for Columbus, who got caught in some net games. Mojo go back up 9-8, leading 2-1. Reagan Pittman. Rivera. Ramelsberg with ramming speed. What a great set.
And nicely handled that first contact. And then you see Rivera just jump setting and taking a tight set or tight pass and setting a perfect ball away from the net, allowing Ramelsberg to swing all the way through.
Haley Ramelsberg, 7 kills in her Fury debut. Dalkey. Not many can handle that. Sarah May does. Shown she's up for the challenge here this evening. That's off the mark from Dalkey.
Sarah May, you mentioned it, with a great dig, just laying out, forearms under the ground to save that rally, and then as you see there at the end, hitting error by Mojo.
10-9, Columbus, Lewis, serve error, all even.
Lewis recognizing that her toss was low, her arm was low, and as a result, ball goes in the net. So gonna make an adjustment next time she rotates to that service line.
Lewis hit 212 with the Mojo last year, 124 kills. Played 24 regular season matches, and then they had the extra one in the semifinal. There's Stone, solidified, right in the middle.
Yeah, Stone, you know, as we mentioned, she's known for her offensive ability, but right there at the net, you can see why she was such a great player, not only in college, but last year here in the PVF, really making a big name for herself and a force to be reckoned with in the middle.
It's her third solo block. Kind of had a quiet night by her standards, 4 kills. On the rally, Hiapo lunging toward the back, and then the dig by Dalkey. Tabron wasting those great defensive efforts. 11-10, and now 11-11, Columbus.
Yeah, Dalkey, just an absolute stud in the middle back area for the Mojo. She covers so much area. Balls are not hit right in her lap, and she's able to dig those balls.
Young Lee. Lush needs some help. Sarah May's there on the cover. Dalkey fought it off. That was tough to handle for Tabron. And the pass over from Lee. It's gonna go again. And Stone. Oh, what an effort by Lewis. And what a rally here. Tabron. Oh, that great tip. Measured it so well.
Yeah, the outside hitters know when there's not a defensive specialist in the backcourt in that right back area. It's typically the right side attacker. There you see Lewis, despite her effort to take steps to the ball, isn't able to get the dig right over top of the block.
12-11 Mojo. Close strong late in the third and in the first, trying to put it away. Here in set 4. Columbus into the net. And a San Diego point.
Now at this point, if you're the Fury, you don't want to get too far away from the Mojo in terms of points, so you have to get this reception right here to keep this fourth set tight.
Sarah May's there. Cox. Clutch performance. And it started with Sarah May, Rivera, all in sequence.
Yeah, what I love about this is you see it there, the nice strong swing with that high point of contact, lots of topspin on the ball. Cox really has a great future. I want to remind you guys, she is just a rookie in this league, really facing some tough blocks and holding her own.
And done well in the receive game too. Here tonight Oh, finding the corner, Tabron.
Yeah, there's not really a block to stop that shot. That's an absolute perfection of a hit. When that ball goes deep into the left back corner, hitting that end line, it's absolutely perfect.
Lee with the Mojo up 2. Kind of got in the way there. They'll look for Tabron, does her best. Lewis, Lush, off the mark. 15-12, San Diego. And we hit the break in set 4 with the Mojo up 3 and up 2 sets to 1, trying to earn victory number 1 of this young season here on the road in Columbus. The PVF on YouTube. (15-12) San Diego. Out of the set break. Heavy receive from Cox. San Diego trying to take advantage. They can't. Tabron too long. But Taiba Hanif Park says, I think that was a block touch.
I love the Columbus Fury crowd here in Nationwide Arena. They're booing the Mojo for replaying that one, for challenging that one, you know. But I will mention, there's a touch there
It's
on that.
successful.
Yes, yes. You know, at this point, we see it right there. What a beautiful replay there. Clearly you can see the touch. But I was going to mention, both coaches, I would imagine, love this point of a match because you get to see what your team is made of. For the Fury, this is a must-win situation. Who on your side of the net is going to elevate their level of play to get this 4th set?
How about Lush?
Yeah, I'd say we found the person right there, taking off the head of Hiepo, the libero for the Mojo. Wow, what a shot.
Lush might have made her blush with that. 16-13. Rivera. Help from the top of the net. Set Lewis, Dalkey. Hiepo hustling. Leon over. Cox. Yes. started there and then finished at BYU. She played in Atlanta last year. 16-14 Mojo. Dumancic and Lewis providing the block on Tabron. It's a shove from Cox. Sarah May. Lewis, beautiful tip, beautiful recognition, and within one, Columbus.
Again, it's because Lewis goes up so strong. She takes a big approach and cocks that elbow back as if she's gonna swing, and then at the very last second drops the elbow. And she does it on a good set. You don't want to tip bad sets. You actually want to get your feet to the ball and hit bad sets and then tip the good ones. That's what she does, and that's what makes her successful.
Running that slide from Pittman really well when they needed it. San Diego quells the Columbus momentum to go up 17-15.
Let's take a look at Pittman here again, just taking advantage of one blocker in front of her, and then she just kind of takes that ball and swipes it cross court. She's been an absolute star for the Mojo tonight.
And they're running without Ronica Stone on the floor right now. 17-15 San Diego. Maya Tabron. Just her second game, but had a pretty important role in it. There's a serve error though.
And again, this fourth set is a must-win situation for the Fury. And right now, they're only down one. So again, momentum shifting both ways. It's who can play the most consistent and eliminate unforced errors on their side of the net.
Sarah May speared it. Cox, Lush. Lee, Dalkey. Lewis goes again. Hiapo. Oh, the left-hand hook of Pittman. Just on point tonight with pretty much everything she's tried to accomplish.
There's something about Regan Pittman that I just really, really enjoy. I love watching her play, and that time she takes the ball, and just like a setter, she just dumps it over the net and is successful.
Yeah, there's a fun spirit to her game, isn't there? 18-16. Error from San Diego, allowing Columbus to stay right in striking distance. Beta Dumancic, who played collegiately in the States at Clemson. A lot of international experience with the Croatian national team. Played in Greece last year, Romania, Germany, Italy stops before. She'll come out. Tori Stringer is on to serve. 18-17 San Diego here in set 4. Stone's back on for the Mojo. A young Lee. Oh, big time block. Ramelsberg. 18 all.
Love the energy that this arena is giving back to the Columbus Fury. They appreciate that big stuff block by Ramelsberg.
Back and forth. You're in set 4, and Columbus with the momentum. Stringer. Dalkey. High ball from Rivera, and Lush goes long.
Well, I like the substitution that Coach Angel Perez made there by putting Stringer in as a server, and then she played left back defense, so she was able to get some key digs there. And a good transition swing by Lush. We'll see if there was a touch on the block.
Angel Perez. There's some nice frames. Looking sophisticated, says, I think there was a block touch. Once again, in the international rules, you get 2 challenges per set.
No touch.
So the challenge unsuccessful. A hand just down in the nick of time for Ronica Stone. (19-18) San Diego. Well, she played at 25 of the first 4 sets. We have a 50, go to 15. Pittman. Lewis. On that second contact hit over. Now Lush. Shoveling it down the line. Great recognition from the veteran.
Yeah, great vision. You know, she scored a couple of tips right over top of the block. This time, she goes over top of Pittman, right in that right back area of the court. That's why she is such a fan favorite. She's got, as you mentioned, great vision. She can take her eye off the ball, take a look at what the defense is giving her, and execute a great tip down there.
What a time for an ace from Lewis. And Columbus leads late in the fourth, 2019.
You know, and when Angel Perez has needed leadership on the floor, it has been Lush. And there you see a great serve. You got to be aggressive here on the tail end of this fourth set.
How about Lewis's Columbus debut against her former team? And of course, on cue, I say that in the serve error, but it's still been pretty darn good off the bench.
I would agree.
2020. So a race to the next 5 points for the Fury to keep the match going, and for San Diego to even their record on this road trip at 1-1 after getting swept in Orlando in the season opener. Great dive from Lewis. Lush, Hiapo. Lee's gonna set it for Tabron. Had to jam it over. Cox. Killer play. 21-20 Columbus.
The energy in this arena is simply electric after that big swing. Cox coming through for her team, and the Fury fans loving the play from her tonight.
It's a relatively young team on the floor for the Fury. Cox. Tabron. Oh, they kept it alive. Great dig. And then Cox, who got the benefit of the block touch, even though it was long. San Diego saying, no way. It's gonna be challenged. And for the moment, Columbus leads by 2.
Taiba Hanif Park said, I'm challenging this one. And right on cue, fans booing head coach.
I have a feeling that's going to be a common theme throughout the season. Oh, and the challenge is successful. No block touch.
You know, but those are the swings that you want. You don't want to bring the ball down into the teeth of the block. So that shot by Cox was a good swing, just missed the fingertips of the block.
Ronica Stone. Cox trying to stuff it off the left. Tabron. The block was there, but it was tooled better by the rookie from SMU. (22-21) San Diego. Stone with the Mojo 3 points away. 2 points away. The attack error comes at the wrong time for the Fury, and they call time. 23-21. And we'll step out and come back and see how this set 4 concludes. Mojo trying to close it out, Fury trying to stay in it. It's the PVF on YouTube. This arena is rocking. And the fans trying to get behind the Fury, who trail 23-21.
And a premature serve taken. I don't know if Brianna Spain was ready for action again.
I think Megan Courtney Lush was up at the talking to the ref and
Nice to chat with you. We'll do it a little bit more when this match concludes. Mojo by 2. Sarah May. This is Cox. Sarah Sponsels come in out of the timeout. And down the line, Tabron celebrates. San Diego's gonna serve for the match.
That's an absolute exceptional swing by the Mojo. Deep on that line, perfectly placed. I think Angel Perez is going to challenge it.
Fury call a timeout.
Ah,
Boy, a star in the making, perhaps. Maya Tabron, with what she's provided. 10 kills in her debut with 8 digs. And then tonight, she's got 13. Dalkey has 17 to lead the Mojo. Columbus have gotten 12 from Megan Lush and 12 from Rapach, who hasn't really featured here in set 4. Lewis has come on to provide a spark. But look, Audrey, we saw at times last year Columbus, even in some of the matches they lost where it could have went either way, late on in sets. Some of the self-inflicted errors, whether it be in receive or attack errors. There were a couple here late that allowed San Diego to get the 2-point cushion, and now serving for the match.
yeah, no room for error here for the Fury. Absolutely have to play perfect from here on out.
Veronica Stone. San Diego trying to pick up the road win. Cox says not yet. Big time point for the rookie from Western Kentucky.
Tremendous courage. The match is on the line, and you go up and you rip the ball. That's a player you want on your side of the net.
24-22. Raina Terry, it's been a couple of sets since we've seen her on the floor.
She was one of the best servers in the Big Ten. Got a lot of aces. Pressure on her right now to deliver.
And she's on. Sarah May is off. And Terry, that spin serve. It was an overpass from Tabron. Can the Fury take advantage? Dalkey fought off that hit by Lewis, who saves it against Tabron's hit at the pin. They go to the SMU rookie again. Lee on the pinball effect. What a rally right now. With the match on the line. Tabron off a Fury block, and San Diego will take it.
Well, Tabron has been spectacular for the Mojo, and it's unbelievable. She's just a rookie. Match is on the line, and she delivers the game, the match-winning kill for her team.
25-22. San Diego, they've had all the Mojo in 5 meetings now into the early portion. This infancy of the second season when they played the Columbus Fury. They're 5-0 with the 4 wins last year, and they are 1-1 with a big road victory after a performance that was a little wobbly against Orlando. Columbus, they had a lot of good moments here tonight, Audrey, but you can see there's a long way to grow into the season with a young team and with new personnel, and that's the challenge ahead for Angel Perez.
Yeah, both teams have a lot of room to grow, but hats off to the Mojo. They didn't have their starting libero, Venegas, tonight. Hiepo did a great job covering that role for the team, but I'm telling you what, this Tabron rookie out of Dallas, Texas, or actually she's from California, played at SMU. She was a star tonight, and when the match was on the line, she delivered that match-winning kill from that left pin. So great job by the Columbus Fury. We can see the upside, lots of depth on this team, and it'll be interesting to see how they do.
Double doubles for Tabron and Dalkey for San Diego. in picking up the victory. They took set one, 25-18. Columbus won set two, 25-21, and then close ones in sets 3 and 4. The Mojo 25-19 and then 25-22. Individually from the Fury, Kaylee Cox had 10 kills and 9 digs in her very first professional match. Coming out of Western Kentucky, Megan Lush, 12 kills, 20 digs, and a block for the Fury. And then they also got 6 from Morgan Lewis coming off the bench. Kaylee Ramelsberg, who did a lot of good work early, finished with 8 kills and 3 blocks. But those two on the tried and true, Dalkey from last year, and then with this emerging presence of Tabron just 2 matches in. It's going to be a fun watch, and when these two meet again down the road, it'll be fun to check that out. But Columbus, they'll be at home next week, and they get a brand new team in Indy Ignite coming into Nationwide in a game that's nationally televised on CBS Sports Network.
Yeah, I'm excited to continue to watch this Columbus Fury team get better and better as the season goes on. Again, Lush there from the outside. You can see that there's so many positive and an upside to this team. Just got to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
And of course, we will return. Our new television partner, along with the PVF on YouTube, is Rock Entertainment Sports Network. So we're excited to have several matches on RESN. Of course, that's part of the Cleveland Cavaliers family. And our first on RESN, and our next coverage when we return to Columbus Fury matches will be January 24th against the Omaha Supernovas. So, you know, one of the things Angel Perez before we get out of here said he wanted to make this place really tough on the opposition, winning home matches. Columbus was 6-6 here in this building, now off to an 0-1 start, and they've got a heavy dose of home matches to begin this season, so you want to get off on the right foot in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, and you know what? The home crowd here is spectacular,
It
and
really
this
is.
community comes and rallies around the Fury. So, you know, I think they got a great show. I think the fans even saw the potential of this team, and they will be back. They love their Columbus Fury here in Columbus, Ohio.
Great job tonight.
Hey,
Great to
you
be
too.
back.
Yeah.
4 of the first 5 for the Fury are here at Nationwide. They're next in action coming up on Thursday when they head down to Atlanta and Gas South Arena to take on the Vibe, the defending regular season champions in the PVF. Omaha won it all in year 1. Underway in season 2 of the PVF, and looking forward to a great year and a great 5 months ahead. Thanks for watching Fury Volleyball. They fall tonight 3-1 to the San Diego Mojo. We thank our great crew. For Audrey Flaw, I'm Neil Sika from Nationwide Arena. Good night. You've been watching the PVF on YouTube.